so what do we do?
Okay. In a 1 or 2 quart saucepan, you're going to add the turkey neck. Do not add the gizzards. And if you want to break the turkey neck apart a couple of times, you can. You also don't have to worry about it. And you're going to put that into some of the jus, if not all of the jus, depending on how much the turkey exudes.
Yeah.
Depending on how much exudes, you don't need all. You may not need all of it, and definitely strain that au jus for fat. Get that out, and then just low and slow let that turkey neck. Like you're making stock.
Yeah.
And then while that's going, you take a shallot, and you don't have to dice it super duper fine, but chop it up as small as you have the patience to do so. And you can throw that in the water as soon as you have it chopped. And then take 3 cloves of garlic and do the exact same thing. With those, you can just take the paper off, give it a good smash, because that activates allicin.
Yeah.
You can just, and then throw those in. All this stuff's getting strained out.
And this all goes into a big stock pot?
No. You're making a kind of a concentrate. You're shooting for you're shooting for a concentrated liquid that is about the volume of gravy you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I take a big stock pot, and do I fill it with water first and then put the turkey neck and the juice in, or start with...
You don't want to use a big stock pot.
Okay.
That's why I said 1 to 2 quart saucepan.
1 to 2 quart, okay. I didn't hear that. You had it on here, but I didn't hear it.
That's okay. So anyways, then you want to add to taste, to your intuition, you're going to want to add a tablespoon to a teaspoon of whole black pepper. Okay?
Got it.
If you have it and you feel fancy, you can put in a teaspoon of whole white pepper.
Okay.
In addition to. And if you know you're going to do it, you can back off on the black pepper more.
Okay.
Just a little bit, just for insurance, safety. So just let that go. Throw in some fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, use dry thyme. It's perfectly fine. Just remember, dry thyme's stronger. So, again, intuition. Get that thyme going. So now you've got thyme, shallot, garlic, peppercorn. You could easily throw a bay leaf in there.
Okay.
If you don't have a bay leaf, don't worry about it.
Okay.
And so now you've got your loose bouquet garni in the thing. And if you felt like it, you could put a little bit of parsley, but I don't like to do that. So let that go, and again, just let it reduce. And don't worry about what it tastes like.
Okay.
At first. And if you want to make a quart of gravy, shoot for just a touch over a quart of that finished liquid.
Okay.
2 quarts, same thing. So then at some point you make a roux in a separate pan, and this has to be big enough to hold all that strained liquid.
Okay.
Right?
Got it.
For the roux, which is technically 50% flour, 50% oil or fat, I would use ghee, clarified butter.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you feel free to use bacon grease, duck fat, any tasty grease
Mhm.
will work. I think the ghee is the cleanest flavor, and because you're gonna add ghee later to your mashed potatoes, so there'll be ghee in the gravy and the mashed potatoes.
Right.
And when they get together,
They're happy.
they make happy songs. So, use like, depending on per quart, the ratio is technically about 10-to-1, 10 parts liquid to 1 part roux.
Okay.
Just get close. You can always add a little more flour and just cook it out, you know, if you don't like the viscosity.
Yeah.
So you make the roux, and then once the roux is the right color, which I like to go like, halfway to peanut butter.
Like cashew brown?
Yeah.
Or a little darker than cashew brown?
I mean, definitely more than just a straight bechamel.
Yeah.
But get the little color on it.
Yeah.
But like, wait till it, like, keep stirring it until it gets fragrant.
Yeah.
You know, it just smells nutty. Then you can stop. And then just slowly, you can put a strainer over the roux, assuming it won't touch the roux, and then you can just start going, well, no, that won't work. Strain your stock into that stock with the peppercorns and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Strain it into a measuring cup or
Mhm.
some kind of thing.
Mhm.
You've already defatted it, so you're not worried about that. And then just very slowly, just add a couple drops while you're mixing the roux.
Yeah.
And the more, you know, you're cooling off the roux, and at some point, you can just keep going like this and hold it for longer and mix it. And this is all with a whisk. And just keep going like this, you know. And then once, at some point, you'll have it all incorporated. And then you can put it back on the heat if you want, which you may want to do. And there's the time, because you're basically done. The only thing you're going to do now is test for salt
Right.
and maybe ground pepper.
Yeah, and adjust the seasonings just based on
Right.
taste.
So now you need to, before you do that, is just make sure you like the thickness. And remember, it gets thicker as it gets cooler.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gravy.
George's Turkey Thanksgiving.
Can we put that up on YouTube?
Sure. I don't want to edit it, but
Well, we have an editor right here, so.
yes, that's true.
Hey, are you able